Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for the second episode of our new video series, The Ride Along. I'm Matt Rich, and during today's episode, I'll be interviewing Jeffrey Crafton, the director of our Quick Lube division. Jeffrey's got some great information to share with you today, so I hope you tune in. Before we get started, we hope everyone out there is doing fine and staying safe. We too are ready to get all this behind us and get everything back to normal. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my and Jeffrey's interview and learn more about what the Quick Lubes are doing. We hope you enjoy. Well, hey, Jeffrey, thanks for joining us. How's it going out there today?
Hey, it's going great, Matt. How are you?
Things are going good, Jeffrey. I appreciate you jumping on this quick call with us today, and we're really excited to have you today and interview on some questions I've got. So I guess we can go ahead and just jump in right now. So, Jeffrey, you've been with Cello Company for several years now. I'd love for you to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell a little bit more about who you are, where you've been in our company, and how long you've been with us.
Okay, great. Yeah, Matt, you're right. I have been with Cell for quite a while now. I've actually been with them for 15 years. I started out whenever I was 17 working at the Shell Rapid Lube One Bay in Senatobia, and just worked my way up, man. I worked at 5 different locations, or ran 5 different locations for them. I was the training coordinator at one time, and now I'm the director of Quick Lube. So, yeah, they've been good to me, and great company to work for.
Wow. Okay. So it seemed like you worked your way up fairly fast. So good job on that. We appreciate all the hard work that you do for us. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about who you are in your division, and then we'll kind of jump into how the coronavirus has been affecting your department. I'm used to knowing about our Quick Lubes. You know a lot about our Quick Lubes. If somebody asks you, a little bit about what Cello Company does in the Quick Lube division, what would be your answer to them?
Yeah, Matt. So like I said, I'm the director. So I work with managers on a daily basis, and to let you know a little bit about what we do. We've got 14 Quick Lubes, and we're just that. We do focus mainly on oil changes. We offer other products such as filters, belts, headlight restorations, wiper blades, things like that. But we're primarily focused on the Quick Lube part of it. We try our best to get our customers in and out within 10 or 15 minutes. And yeah, man, like I said, we're scattered throughout North Mississippi, all the way from South Haven down to Starkville over to Indianola and Greenwood area. So, yeah, it's a little bit about us.
Oh, wow. So you got them pretty spread out far, it seems.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotcha. Well, good deal, man. Well, we've got a lot of customers who go and come and see us for our Quick Lubes. We're all very, very appreciative of that. So I see you're in your truck. Maybe you could tell us kind of where you are today, and what was your normal schedule before the coronavirus outbreak, and kind of what's been going on now, and kind of tell us where you are today.
Right. Okay. Yeah, man. So I'm in my truck, like you said. I'm sitting over here at the Senatobia Dipsticks. I just pulled up. I've made my rounds today to the other Quick Lubes, or a couple of the other ones. I've been to New Albany, Pontotoc, and Oxford already today, and I'm into my day here in the hometown. So, but a normal day before this all started, I was it just depends. On Mondays, Jimmy Stinnett and I always would meet with our Quick Lube managers to go over what's going on at each location, and see if there's any wants or needs from them. And then throughout the week, I'd be going into the lube, spending time with the guys, just talking with customers, making sure everything's rolling like it's supposed to. But since this has hit, it's been kind of tough on everybody, wanting to make sure we're doing the social distancing and all that. Sure. So now I add more than 1 or 2 lubes to my trip each day, and try to swing by each one and just check on them, make sure everything, like I said, is going okay. But I spend a small amount of time compared to what I used to at the lubes, being in the lubes, just so that we're doing our part on being safe and bending the curve.
Sure. Yeah. And we had, Kevin Sale on last week talking a little bit more, about, the company as a whole. And, I was just really excited, and it was, you weren't really expected to see this, but for him to still be out there and, out there with his locations like you're doing. So, great job with that. I know you still have to do that social distancing, unfortunately 60, one day we'll get away from that. So,
Yeah, I tell everybody 10 feet.
10
Keep
feet,
10
there you
feet.
go. Give them a little extra 4
That's the
feet.
only way to be safe. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So, we do appreciate you going out there and being out there with your guys. I know it's a very unique time. So being that leader that you've become, we want to thank you for that.
I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah. So just one personal note before we jump into coronavirus. I was curious, how are you and your family dealing with this? I know my family, we're working from home, me and my wife. I know you've got a newborn. How's everything going with that? Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah, man, we're doing good. Doing just about like everybody else. We're concerned about what's going on. But we're staying away from people. We're staying at home. Trying to just find things around the house or outside to do. And like you said, we've got an infant now. So we're trying to make sure we keep her safe. That's the main priority. And but yeah, it's definitely changed things and how we go about our day-to-day routines.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of feeling that. So yeah, I guess I want to jump really into the reason we're here today. Obviously, we're glad you're here, but also we want to talk a little bit about how the coronavirus has, affected Cell Oil Company. How has it affected our different divisions? And that's why we've got you on today. So I guess just overall, how are your Quick Lubes, mainly your employees, how are, the locations dealing with this? I mean, we can go into specifics here in just a second, but how are they overall dealing with this? Are the employees doing okay? Are they staying safe? Things of that nature.
Well, yeah, Matt, like I was saying, it's definitely messed everybody's routine up. So everybody's kind of, at first especially was on edge, and they're kind of settling in and they understand what's going on and making sure that they're keeping themselves safe, along with keeping our customers safe. But it's really slowed us down a lot. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of time to do extra spring cleaning and painting and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, as far as the employees go, they're handling it better day by day.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's really all they can do at this point. So, we want to thank our employees for being out there on that front line. Obviously we would rather them not have to deal with what they are dealing with, but we've got customers we've got to take care of, and unfortunately they are an essential worker. So being that essential worker, doing your job to kind of be there to back them, I think that's the best thing we can do at this point and keep everybody
right. Well, yeah, I really feel like we're fortunate to be essential workers, and there's a lot of other essential workers out there that we want to be here for and be able to service and take care of them like we have been before all this came about, and we just got to do our best in making sure that we're practicing, what the guidelines that the CDC set, and making sure that we're doing everything that we can to keep, like I said, ourselves safe along with our customers. So, but yeah, being here for everybody, that's our main goal, and so that's what we look to do.
Awesome. Well, good stuff. So, let's talk a little bit more about specifically what you've done. I know the Quick Lubes over the last week or two have put in some procedures and policy changes to help protect not only our customers, but our employees as well. Maybe you could touch on a few of those changes and things that when a customer goes into one of our Quick Lube locations, what are some things they may see that are a little bit different that are there to protect themselves?
Yeah, so Matt, we have changed a few things. The first thing that most people are probably going to notice is that we're asking them to stay in their vehicles now. Whereas before we were trying to get everybody out of their vehicle into the lobby so that we were able to vacuum out their vehicles, check their cabin air filters, things like that, reset oil lights. Whereas now we're just asking them to stay in the vehicle. We're not checking cabin air filters right now. And more than anything, we're just making sure that our guys are wearing gloves and sanitizing, their hands after each transaction, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a few of the things that we've done to make sure we're keeping people safe.
Okay, great. So I know in the last week or so we've made some changes to our normal business hours, and we're about to make that change to go back. Could you maybe touch on what those hours that have been changed and then kind of what's the change that we're going back to?
Yeah, definitely, Matt. So we were 8 to 5, or that's what we had changed it to, was 8 to 5. Like I said, business has gotten slow for us, as it has for most businesses around. But yeah, it's gotten slow for us, so we changed from 7 to 6 to 8 to 5, and now we're going back to our regular hours, and we're going to be 7 to 6, Monday through Friday, and then we'll be open on Saturday at 7 to 3 most locations.
Got you. Okay, so for those, and I probably should have prefaced this at the beginning, but for those who go to our Quick Lubes, they're probably used to seeing the dipstick brand and the Shell Rapid Lube brand. So for those who may not know exactly what we're talking about, I did want to kind of touch on that. So going forward, we're going to be 8 to 5 every location. Is that what you're saying?
No. So we had been 8 to 5. We had changed it 8 to 5 whenever this all came about. Coronavirus came about. Now we're changing back to 7 to 6.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it'll be 7 to 6 at each location Monday through Friday, and 7 to 3 at most locations on Saturday. There's a couple that are the hours vary there on Saturday, but yeah.
Gotcha. I think this quarantine's got everybody's kind of mixed up with all these numbers, so I'm glad you fixed that for us.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the Shell Rapid Lube and Dipsticks brand, because I didn't mention that earlier. So we were most of our lubes were Shell Rapid Lube to begin with, and we're slowly but surely moving it all towards the Dipsticks brand. But yeah, that's our brand at our Quick Lubes, and we're proud of both of them.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay. Well, good deal. So, I know we've had some employees and customers happen to make some changes. We've seen the news of employees doing this or customers doing this. Maybe could you touch on maybe some of the habits, or maybe let's see some of the employees or maybe customers who have gone above and beyond for our customers during this time.
Yeah. So, Matt, I really can't think of one instance. I know that, each customer that comes in, we like to treat them the same as we did the last. I think we're trying our best on every single customer to make sure that we keep them safe, like I said, along with keeping our employees safe.
Well, good stuff, Jeffrey. So, Jeffrey, I'd love to ask you, our customers, there's been some changes that you've talked about. If you're talking to a customer, how would you ask them to maybe change their habit if they go into one of our Quick Lubes going forward?
Well, I don't know, Matt, that's necessarily changing a habit. I just hope that they'll bear with us and realize that this is just temporary as far as not getting the vacuum and the full service as we've done in the past. And just bear with us. It's going to, and we hope to be able to continue to take care of you here soon like we were before.
Right. Yeah. I think that's important to note. Customers who are listening out there, we're not making these drastic changes, to our procedures and policies that you've come to know and love. The procedures that you've talked about are there just to keep us safe.
Exactly.
Asking you to stay inside your vehicle. We're not doing that for any other reason other than to keep yourself, clean and safe. So I think it's very important to note that, we don't necessarily want to have to do this. We've got customers who are used to the same thing every time they come in, but we're really doing this to keep you safe and then also, keep our employees safe. So Jeffrey, I know you wanted to say something to your employees out there. What you got for us?
I just want to tell them all we really appreciate you. I can't thank you all enough for everything that y'all do. Being out there, making sure that our customers are taken care of and doing it all with a smile.
Awesome. Good deal. Yeah, I know those guys out there would love to hear that. So before I let you off the hook, I do have the off the wall question, just to have a little fun with this during this kind of unknown time. I did not give you this question, so I hope you're not, too thrown off for this. So we've talked about this off camera. I know you've seen the Tiger King documentary, correct?
I have.
I've got to ask.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say that, but after seeing all the everybody talking about it on Facebook and going in and out of these stores, I had to break down and get Netflix and watch it.
There you go. I was talking with Kevin Sell last week, and he has not seen it, so we need to get him on board. You need to let him use your Netflix login or something. So
we can do that.
So my question is, if you could identify with any character on that show, who would it be? I know this is personal.
Identify with
who's your favorite?
Oh man,
who's your
I don't
favorite
know that I want. He's my favorite. I think the only one that has any real sense on the show is going to be the guy who was managing it all for him. I can't even think of his name, but the guy that was missing his legs from the zip lining trip, I think is what he said happened to him.
Right, yeah.
I think he's about the only one on there that had any true sense and wasn't a con artist, I guess you could say.
There you go. There you go. Well, I appreciate you having fun with that. Like I said, just trying to bring a little fun into what we're dealing with. But other than that, Jeffrey, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
No, man, I just want to, thank all our customers for continuing to, use us and come by. And, we want to be here for everybody.
Well, thanks, Jeffrey. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to answer a few questions for us. And we look forward to our next show. And thanks so much.